Friday, and you're watching 270 weather for the 270 area code and beyond. Welcome in. You see your 270 weather headlines down at the bottom of the screen, and thank you for tuning in. Um, got several things to talk about. One of those things you should be seeing over here, right there in the corner. I guess it's showing up. It should show up on, if you're watching on YouTube, it should show up. And that is a subscribe button down in the right corner. If you click that and you are not yet a subscriber to 270 Weather, you click that little red subscribe button and you're in. It's free, by the way. If you're wondering, I kind of gave up on the other subscription service of 270 Weather. There's some of you that have subscribed, but you're doing it in support of 270 Weather, which I wholeheartedly thank you for that. But as far as having to, put a paywall up and make you pay for this, I'm not ever going to do that. So it was an experiment. And for those of you who are subscribers for like $1.99 a month, I thank you for your support. It keeps all of this going. But if you're thinking that I'm going to make a lot of other things happen because of that, it's just not going to work. So this is a free subscription to my YouTube channel. So when you hit that red subscribe button on YouTube, it just gets you in for free. And when I hit a certain number of subscribers, then YouTube sets me on a different pay level, if you will. Monetization. Facebook does it too. And because we get more and more followers, and not just in the 270 area code, but beyond, then these social media companies reward me for that. So I'm not going to need you guys to pay for anything. We'll just keep this going like we're going, and we'll just enjoy it. In fact, let me show you this. If you haven't seen my, let me get this other stuff down here. So yeah, you can see that you can subscribe for free down there. You should be, if this is only if you're watching on the YouTube channel, you should be seeing the red subscribe button. But this is what my YouTube channel looks like. So when you see that, you know you're on the right place. So anyway, thought I would just mention that tonight and appreciate anybody that wants to subscribe for free to my YouTube channel. That is, I know there's a lot on Facebook of you followers out there that follow me on Facebook, but I'm trying to build up the YouTube audience, and that's the way to do it. They call it subscription, but you're not paying anything for it. It's free. Free. Okay, also free. How about 68 for a high temperature today? It felt nice. Yeah, we got, that's 1 degree warmer than it was yesterday when we hit 67. 8 degrees warmer than the normal of 60. Yes, we have dropped another degree on the warmer or on the normal high temperature. Yes, so that's 68, 8 degrees warmer than that. And we started at 36 this morning as a low temperature. So, yeah, there's that. So, okay. So, Christy, the volume is low, hard to hear you. Oh, okay. Well, let me see if I can fix that. Hopefully I can. I don't know if that's any better, but let me try one other thing here and try to bring the volume up even more. How is that sounding? Does that sound better? I don't know. I did add, it's probably because I added some EQ. Yeah, it's going to get, I think, very stormy, and not just winter type storms, but I'm talking about severe storms. And you know what severe storms do to us around here? They knock out power. So having a generator you may think is a luxury, or you may think is just something that only rich people can afford. But you would be surprised at how affordable a generator from Generac, the number one name in generators, can be. They can, R&R Controls can tell you about financing. So you don't have to pay for the thing all at once. You can make installments, that sort of thing. And R&R Controls is your authorized Generac sales, service, and installation dealer. Generac, you need one. And if you own a business or run a business, you really need one. And of course, they've got all sizes from very small kilowatts all the way up, ones that can run a home to ones that can run a business or several businesses at once. I mean, this is what they're experts in. And if you already own a generator, say a Generac, and it hasn't been serviced in a while, then you need to call R&R Controls and get them to come out and take a look at it before a storm comes and knocks out your power. If you own a business and your power goes out, that's money. That's money. You're losing money. For every hour your power is off, you're losing money. But if you have a backup generator, especially a Generac, you keep rolling and you keep making money. So give them a call, 270-777-2024. Again, that's 270-777-2024. Because with R&R Controls, you'll never be without. Never, ever, ever. Okay. We move on now. Thank you, R&R Controls, Barry Connolly and his group there in Brownsville, servicing everybody in the 270 and beyond. Here's a look at radar and satellite here on this Thursday evening at 6:41. Clean sweep. Now we're seeing a few clouds back here in the western part of the state over toward Paducah, Murray, and then back toward Cape Girardeau, Sikeston, Missouri, the Boot Hill. But not much else is going on here. Now I do see a boundary here back to the west, a little stalled boundary. This is the one that's going to come in more as it's going to act as a warm front early tomorrow morning, and it looks like it may touch off a few sprinkles. But I think that's going to be the extent of it. I don't think it's going to be anything other than a few raindrops, sprinkles, maybe even drizzle. Most of you will not get anything out of that little boundary as it moves northeast. You can see even at this hour after dark here at 6:42, temperatures are mid to upper 40s to low 50s. We're still low 50s here in Bowling Green. 52 is the current temperature. We've got 60s down south. And look at all these 60s and 70s. Yeah, you can tell that's going to be a warm front because look at all the Oklahoma City, low 70s back that way. Yeah, so warmer air is coming. The weekend is going to start warm, and then it's going to turn cooler as we get into the latter half of the weekend. Let's take a look at because it's been a while, just to see about the drought. We came out of the drought, as you know, 2 weeks ago. A new drought update came out today. And let's see here. Okay, let me turn that. There we go. Still out of it. Look at this. Entire state of Kentucky out of the drought. Even though we've had some dry days, we've had some rain, and everything is looking good. So good. But we're about to pick up some rain. We're going to go in another rainy period, unsettled weather as we get into next week and the week leading up to before Thanksgiving. We're not that far away. So it's coming. More rain. Let's take a look now at the Kentucky Mesonet Network here at 6:45 this evening. Look at that, 32. Burksville, what is your deal? Oh, my goodness. I think I'm going to call up Shane Hollandy, who works for the Kentucky Mesonet. I've been meaning to do this. Call Shane up. We go to lunch sometimes, and he and I and Laura Rogers, who I used to co-anchor with on AM Kentucky years ago, we all get together occasionally about once a month or every 6 to 8 weeks and have lunch. Well, the next time we do that, I'm going to ask Shane, what's the deal with that Mesonet station sensor in Burksville? You guys need to move it because it's always reading too cold. But it's down near the river, Cumberland River in Burksville. And look at that, 32, but up the road in Metcalfe County in Edmonton, it's 56. So you got 40s and 50s, the one exception right there in Burksville. What was the high temperature today? Most everybody made it into the mid and even upper 60s after starting in the 30s this morning. And again, the one exception, Burksville started at 26. It's now almost like Burksville and Edmonton are extreme sensors here, one extreme to the other, right close together. We need to figure that out. They're technicians. Get on that. No precipitation at all. Winds today have been much, much lighter. Nothing like what we had yesterday. Right now, they're light and variable, and they should stay that way. All right, let's look ahead to rainfall chances, and this picture has really changed from what I showed you last night. None of this purple, red, orange, that really highlighted area there west of Kentucky into Missouri, Illinois, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas. None of this was here. But look, even our rain chances have gone up big time. Now, this is over the next 7 days, the QPF. You see it down here. QPF, that stands for Quantitative Precipitation Forecast. What this does is it gives us a 7-day collective of measurable rainfall. And in the wintertime, it could even be, the water equivalent of snow, like we had on Monday. You count the water equivalent of, if you melted down snow, that's what it would be, and it counts as water. All right, because that's what it is, just frozen water. But this is looking at 1.5 to 2 inches of rain. Wow, that's really gone up. And from what I'm seeing here on the grids, what we call the grids, this is where we take the model data. You can see it here. I've got where I plot out the information. I'm seeing where I've got them, the days circled there. It may be hard to see, but that's a lot of rain. And that's next week. Much of next week is now looking rainy and windy, but it's going to stay warm. So there's some rain coming next week. And as you see there in the center part of the country or the middle Mississippi Valley, somebody's going to get a lot of rain because that's looking at 3 to 5 inches of rain right there in Oklahoma. That's going to be a lot of rain. Well, let's see how all this pans out now with a look at the maps. Here is the current map for this evening. There's high pressure sitting right over Bowling Green. Yeah, right overhead. Now, here's that warm front that I showed you on radar back to the west. As it moves in tomorrow morning, it could touch off a sprinkle, maybe a little bit of light rain. Here's midnight. Here's 6 a.m., and there it is. There's the warm front, and there's that little bit of rain. Now, this is showing it going as far south as maybe Owensboro, maybe northern Ohio County, Hartford, Beaver Dam, but doesn't quite make it all the way to Bowling Green. There will be clouds in the morning when you get up at 6 a.m. Rain, questionable. If we get anything, like I said, it would just be sprinkles, if even that. Then that feature moves away as we get into midday tomorrow. Here we are, 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, as that little upper disturbance moves into the Alleghenies and the Appalachian Mountain chain. Here we are, 6 a.m. Saturday morning, and looks pretty quiet. I think Saturday is going to be a nice day, very nice day. Now we'll see an increase in clouds late in the day. And as we get to about 5 or 6 o'clock Saturday evening, here comes the next piece of energy with rain. Now, it may start out as some light rain at first. We're talking about only about a 30 to 40% chance of showers. The better chance is going to be up here toward Frankfort, Cincinnati, over toward Huntington, Charleston, Ashland, up I-64 out of Lexington. That's going to be the better rain chance there. Then, as we get into Sunday morning, or actually Saturday night, it's gone. Late Saturday night into early Sunday. But we're not done yet. This is only the beginning. We get a little break on Sunday before the next wave comes in on Monday. And you can see it here. High pressure sitting over Kentucky. We start out Monday morning fine. Clouds on the increase, but here comes the next system dropping out of the plains, picking up on moisture from the Gulf. And we get showers. And this time, I think we could get a few thunderstorms as the front begins to stall out Monday night into Tuesday. You see the darker green here indicating some decent rainfall, maybe a few rumbles of thunder. There's a low pressure system north of Jeff City, Missouri. As we go from Tuesday morning to Wednesday, the frontal boundary drops only a few miles south. The low pressure center stays over the Boot Hill of Missouri, and we continue to get rain and maybe thunder occasionally. How about next Thursday, a week from today? Even heavier rain. In fact, the coverage looks even better, and look how widespread that rain is. Wow. The front is it's going to fall south, then it's going to go back north, then it's going to come back south. It's just going to seesaw back and forth as we go from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe even Friday next week. The good news is temperatures are going to stay in the 60s. So we're not going to get anything but rain. Or this is not going to be a situation where you're thinking, oh, but what if it turns cold? Is it going to snow? Nah, it's not going to get cold. Not yet. Now, I know there's been a lot of stuff. You've seen it on social media. There have been these folks that want to stir up something for clicks, likes, and shares. And they're putting these very colorful maps up that say, Thanksgiving. Oh my goodness. You won't believe the kind of storm that's going to come for Thanksgiving. And it's just too far away. Even the end of next week is only the 20th, and it's still too far away to say that it's going to be something significant. But you know what? We're going to keep an eye on it like we always do. Now, let's look at the model blender. Next couple of days, ooh, yeah. Low to mid 70s. Nice. But then we get a cold front that's going to come through Saturday evening with that chance of showers. And we're going to drop about 10 or 11 degrees from 75 to 64 on Sunday. Then after that, we get the better chance of rain, as I showed you, into next week. A couple of cool-ish days like Wednesday, a high of 59, maybe 60. But overall, these temperatures are going to stay in the low to mid 60s, which is exactly where we're supposed to be for the middle of November. But look at this. Now, as we get into next weekend, the weekend before Thanksgiving, I do see cooler air, just not colder air. Cooler air is one thing, but to say that it's going to be a big chunk of cold air, a punch of cold air like we had on Monday, I don't see that happening. It doesn't appear that that's going to be the case. After that, we'll have to see. But right now, it's not happening. Okay? So, there you go. That's your update. And let me go back to this just to before I go, to let you guys know that I am so close on the YouTube, on my YouTube channel, which this is it right here. That's what it looks like. If you go there and you type in, search my name, and you see this with the 270 banner on it, my face, that's my channel. Hit the subscribe button. You can hit it right now down there in the corner. That little red subscribe button. If you're watching me on YouTube, I only need, I think, about 20 to 25 more subscribers, and I reach a new threshold, and that puts me at a different level, which I would appreciate. So subscribe for free. It's going to be free, always free, free. Not going to charge anything unless you just want to give me money. I'll take your money. I'll take your money. If you're willing to give me the money, I'll take it gladly. But no, seriously, y'all, thank you for just cheering me on. And you know what? It's you that keeps me going. And it's good people like Barry Connolly and the people at R&R Controls who are always just cheering me on and like, what do you need? What we want you to keep doing this because it helps our business. I've had Barry and his wife and their family tell me that before they became big fans, they watched my weather here on social media, and he would instruct his crew doing heating, cooling, HVAC, generators, the whole thing. Like, Chris says it's going to rain hard today, so maybe we don't need to go do that job today. Let's put it off till tomorrow. And they follow it. And I just, that means a lot to me. So thank you, Barry and R&R Controls, for your support. And I thank all of you for all the years of support. Even before I started doing this, I knew it was going to be something that is awesome. So if you subscribe for free, that'll help me reach a new plateau, and this thing just keeps growing. And I'll keep doing it and keep doing the TV thing for as long as I can, as long as I'm able. I'm kind of getting close to retirement. I'm kind of getting close to retirement age. Yeah, I just kind of want to, my back starts hurting. I kind of want to just kick back and just let some youngins do this later, because I don't know how long I can keep doing. What'd you say? No, I'm not there yet. I'm like that George Jones song. I don't need your rocking chair, your Geritol, or Medicare. Uh-huh. I'll keep going. Love you guys. See you in the morning, bright and early, 6 a.m. on News 40 Sunrise at WNKY, then again at 9 a.m. and 12 noon, and then again tomorrow night for your Friday night. I'll do another one of these. In the meantime, have a great Thursday evening, little Friday. God bless you.